What is going on, everyone? It is Foster, and for those of you guys that have watched my channel before, it's been a little while. I haven't recorded a video in quite a while, and I just wanted to come by and check in and see how everyone's doing in 2024. Give you guys some updates on my 2024 and what my goals and priorities are, or things that I'm looking forward to. And I thought we could just hang out for a little bit. YouTube sent me an email and reminded me that I hadn't made a video in 6 months, and I've always really liked making content, and I kind of miss not being able to make the content that I made before. For obvious reasons, if you guys watch me, I can't make content where I speculate anymore. If this is your first video of mine and you're not sure why that is, it's because in November of 2023, I became the community manager for Ecomi. So at that point, I'm no longer obviously able to speculate on anything that could be coming. And I need to be a lot more careful about the things that I say online. And it can be tough sometimes because there's so many things that I'm so excited about. And I'm so excited to talk to you guys about. And when things come up, I'll be super excited to be able to share them with you. But, it can be tough sometimes. And I'm sure, if you guys have jobs similar to mine where you get information and are excited about it and can't share it, it can be tough. And not in a bad way. But in some ways, it's going to be a lot of fun when we can start talking about certain things. So I'm really looking forward to that. And if you guys are coming here looking for a bunch of spoilers and stuff, I'm going to let you know up front, it's not going to happen. I just really wanted to give you guys an update on where I'm at and how I'm feeling since I started. It's been just over 3 months since I started with Ecomi. Now we're into 2024. So I just wanted to give you guys some updates on my life outside of work and what my priorities are and some of the things that I've been thinking about. And so, it's been a very fun and interesting ride so far. And for those of you guys that have been following my journey since I joined the VeVe Ecomi community back in April of 2021, I've always been very passionate. I've been very excited about the future of digital collecting, my personal beliefs on the direction of digital collectibles. And now we've seen the Apple VR headset come out, and that's been absolutely incredible to see all the technology that's gone into that. I unfortunately do not have one. Couldn't justify the price tag, as I'm sure many of you are watching this video right now couldn't either, but I'm sure you've seen all the videos online, and now we're seeing AI come along like Sora. And all of the content that's being made right now. And it's incredible. I think in a few years, it's going to be very difficult to distinguish reality from something that is artificial or VR. And so I'm really excited to see where that technology takes us. And I'm excited to see how our VeVe digital collectibles get integrated into that in one way or another. And so I'm really looking forward to that aspect. I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes out. And I might pick up a VR headset at some point. I might get a Quest 3 or something that's a little bit more inside my price range, but I'm really excited. If you guys have any of those, let me know in the comment section down below, because it's just so cool to see how far we've come with technology in my lifetime. I'm old, but I'm not that old, so it's really cool to see kind of all the iterations that we've gone through and what the potential looks like for the future of that type of technology. So I'm excited about that. And I'm just also excited about, on a personal level, a lot of the growth that I feel like I've been doing recently. And so I don't always get to share a lot of those things now, because usually I'd give you guys updates every so often when I was making a video. But because I haven't been, I haven't had that opportunity to share. And so on a personal level, I've really been focusing on my own physical and mental health. And I think that that's something that took a little bit of a backseat. For those of you that don't know, I am married. I do have 2 children, and I do currently have 2 jobs as well. So working quite hard, both in my personal and professional life, and trying to balance all of that can be difficult. But I kind of woke up one day early in 2024 and realized that I was tired of making excuses for myself and saying that this got in the way or whatever happened to excuse not focusing on making myself the best version of myself that I could be. So that's really been a commitment for myself for 2024 and beyond. And that started with how I was eating. So courtesy of my wife, I did a healthy detox cleanse for 3 weeks in January. And in that time period, I lost 22 pounds, which is amazing. But of course, when you do anything like this and start reintroducing different types of food, or items, you tend to start gaining weight again. So I think as a byproduct of that, I've worked on the types of food that I'm eating, the amount of food that I'm eating. But the next piece of that I really want to start incorporating is my physical fitness. And when I was in my early 20s, I used to go to the gym all the time. I had all this, energy where I could do all these things. But I'm at the point now where I don't have the free time to go out and do that. And, like I said, you'll come up with any excuse to not do something that you don't want to do. And I don't want to put myself in that position anymore. So I've made the executive decision to turn the unfinished room in my basement into a home gym. And I'm going to invest some money into that to the point where I would feel foolish not to use it. And I look forward to bringing you guys along on that journey with me. I think I'm going to kind of transition my channel a little bit where I still have the ability to talk about the things that make me passionate, which of course are VeVe and Ecomi, but I have to do it through a different lens. And so as a byproduct of that, I'd like to focus on my other journeys and the other things that are going on in my life. And if you guys find that interesting and you enjoy it and want to come along for the ride, I'm appreciative. And if that's not what you're into, I totally respect and understand that as well. I know my channel was very much tailored to very specific VeVe and Ecomi videos for a long period of time. And obviously in a formal capacity, I look forward to sharing all of that with you guys, but can't do price predictions or anything like that, obviously. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the fitness aspect. So I think I'm going to sink probably almost $10,000 into finishing that room and turning it into a gym, getting a couple different machines put in there, a Smith machine, squat rack, a bike, and one or two other things. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think that, when it's in your own house, you don't have any excuses not to do it. And I think that for me, and what I've learned about myself is that I need to eliminate as many excuses not to do something as possible. So that I can get it done. And so I'm really looking forward to that aspect of doing things. And then in a professional setting, I'm really looking forward to taking a sole focus on the role that I'm doing now and really growing that into something really special throughout 2024 and beyond. So for those of you guys that don't know, because I haven't talked about it a ton, I'm currently technically part-time with Ecomi right now as a community manager. I don't know what part-time looks like to you guys, but I'm certainly working more than part-time hours, but that's really my choice. And it's just because I love the community, and I was spending 30 plus hours a week in the community to begin with, even when I wasn't tasked to do it as a job. So I see no reason to not be doing that now. So I love hanging out with you guys in the Discord. I love hanging out on Twitter. I love interacting with you guys on social media. I love hearing all of the wild speculations. Some of it maybe not so wild, but we'll have to see how things turn out. And I'm just really excited to see the general sentiment and energy really starting to ramp up and pick up again in the community. And I think that, one of the things that I've really alluded to since starting the position is that I really felt as though last year was a rebuilding year for the company. And of course, I wasn't a part of it until the end of 2023, but just seeing all of the things that they had done once I was brought in to really work towards delivering on things within 2024 and beyond, it's made me really excited about the direction that we're headed. And obviously I can't share specifics because it's not my place and it's not the appropriate avenue to do it. But I really look forward to when those things come out, people realizing how much hard work and energy has gone into building out a really great place for collectors and people to be, and something that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. And I think, I've echoed it several times on posts on socials, and I'll reiterate it here again. Community really is everything. And I don't just say that because it's a catchy phrase, whatever the case might be. I really do believe that. And a lot of the ideas that you guys come up with are ideas that end up being implemented by the company. And you may not see it because it might not get integrated right away, or it might not get immediately acknowledged by the team when you come up with an idea. But my job is to be on socials and get information from you, engage from you, and pass it along to the team so that we can continue to improve the project and build out features that you guys are looking for. So that's been a lot of fun. And I've really enjoyed a lot of the really amazing ideas that people have reached out to me about. And of course, if you have any ideas, let me know in the comment section down below. Reach out to me on Twitter, reach out to me on Discord. There's a ton of great ideas. And, I really do believe that the more voices that are added to any conversation, the better understanding that we'll have of anything. And I think that, it's worth an anecdote. When I was in college, we did this activity called the NASA Space Station Survival Moon Mission or something like that. And basically the premise was you were on the moon and you had 15 items with you, and you needed to order them in 1 to 15 from the most important to least important for survival on the moon. And you were tasked with putting the list together individually. And then you got together in a group of 6 people afterwards. And once you did that, you compare both of the lists to the list that NASA provided and see whether or not one list, your own, versus the list that you came up with as a group, was more effective. And really what the activity is meant to show you is that being able to interact as a group and having a bunch of ideas coming together from a bunch of people who have different levels of understanding and different ideas can really lead you to the best picture. And the reason that I bring it up is because 3 out of the 6 people in my eventual group pick matches as the number one option for having on the moon. And the rationale behind it is that you want to start a fire to stay warm, which logically speaking would be good for most survival situations. The problem being, of course, that there's no oxygen on the moon and you can't start a fire. So when you get together in a group, you may have the most quiet person or the person that you don't think has that knowledge to them to bring that one piece together, and it makes the entire group better off for it. And so that's what I've really learned from this community is that, it doesn't matter if you have 20,000 followers or you have a YouTube channel or, everyone knows your name or whatever the case may be. Anyone that's a part of this community can have great ideas. And so that's one of the things I've learned. And the other thing that I've learned is that some of the best ideas also come from the people that maybe aren't looked upon the most favorably or that people haven't always agreed with historically. So, and what I mean by that is people that are sometimes classified as fudders that are providing perspectives and insights that maybe are contrarian to the popular belief of the masses. They're not always necessarily wrong. And in some cases, those are the people that you actually want to listen to. Because if you're only listening to people that agree with the idea that you have, you're not really growing. You're not learning anything from it, right? And that speaks to the group project that I was referring to with NASA. If every single person just wanted to agree that matches were the best option, then that's fine. But if one person said that they weren't and no one wants to listen to that one person, 5 people didn't have an opportunity to grow in that situation. So I think it's important to listen to everyone's thoughts and beliefs, and everyone has something to bring forward to the table. So I'm really looking forward to being able to show people all the integrations and things that we've been able to work on as a byproduct of that. And, overall, I want to share a little bit more about my personal journey outside of work and what you see on the camera lens and stuff. And I don't know that I'm going to do daily vlogs or anything like that. I don't think I'm built that way necessarily, but I think getting some perspective and transparency behind the work that goes on behind the scenes to get to the destination that we're looking to go gives people a lot to relate to and understand. And I think that when you can explain something to people and give them a little bit of an understanding, they're generally more patient with you, they're understanding, and it allows us to move in the same direction together moving forward. So, I look forward to hopefully being able to share some of those stories. One that I've already shared that I'll reiterate that I was really excited about to see was how passionate the team was when I first joined them and how much they wanted to see the project succeed. And unless you're actually in that and you can experience that for yourself, you'll never really understand it. But hopefully you believe me when I'm reiterating it. And, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I didn't believe in the direction of the project and what I believe that we can accomplish, I wouldn't have taken the job. And at the very least, I wouldn't stay in it now. I'm not going to stand behind something that I don't believe in. That's just not the type of person that I am. And I really do believe in it. And I believe in the people too. And I think that that's something that's really powerful. I've always believed in David and Dan. And I did that long before I started this role. And I have to say that I believe in them probably 50 times more than I ever did before starting the role than I do now, because I see the heart and soul that goes into every decision and every activity that they make. And I think I've mentioned it before, but when I was in New York and I had the opportunity to help set up for the Funko Marvel VeVe party that took place in Times Square, it was incredible to see how hard David and Dan were working to get all of that set up. We had an entire moving truck of items delivered that we had to organize, give away as gift bags, get the entire room set up, organize the performers and everything. And Dan and David could have just stood there and micromanaged people and pointed to different people and told them to do different things. But they were there on their hands and knees, going through everything, working probably harder than anyone else. And I think that anyone that owns a business can probably relate to this. It's very difficult to find people who are as motivated to do something for your business as you are for your business, because of course you're the most incentivized to see it succeed. But I think that that's one of the most amazing things that I've seen since joining and being a part of this project, is that there's so many people that are so passionate and will work till all hours of the night or be up super early in the morning. We're from all areas of the world, and I'll have meetings at 11 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock in the morning with different people, and they're all equally excited at every time of the day. And I think that that's really energizing. And I think when you work in a work environment where everyone is passionate and excited and are in the rules that are most appropriate for them to be able to succeed, then overall you start to see those results. And, I really do believe last year was a rebuilding year, and I do believe that this year will be the year of delivery, and I think that it's going to set a precedent for us moving forward. I hope that I don't have to eat those words, but regardless, I'm going to stand behind them because it's what I believe, and I'm really excited for it. So I know this was kind of just a random video. I didn't have any graphics. There won't be any editing. Don't know how many of you are going to watch it, but you know what? I just had to get it out there because I'm really excited, and you build these things up in your mind for so long, and sometimes you just need to be able to get them out. So I really appreciate you guys sticking with me on a personal level and sticking with this community. You guys are really second to none. And I absolutely love everyone that supports the ecosystem and allows me to get ideas and be able to pass along so many great and fantastic ideas that everyone has had. So we'll see where my next video takes me. I hope that I start making them more. I will be showing off the gym renovation as well. And, maybe some other personal stuff as well. I look forward to seeing you guys at all the physical events when those start to happen again this year. I hope that we're able to go to some of the Comic-Cons and stuff. Obviously, nothing's confirmed yet, but I would absolutely love to be able to see and celebrate with you guys in person because that is really an amazing opportunity. And if you guys have never been to a physical event before and one does come up, I highly recommend it because it really does open your eyes to how many passionate and amazing people we do have in the community. So until the next one, if there is a next one, thank you all for the support as always. I love you all. Peace.